Well guys, look at this Skyline R32 GTR. Dude, that thing is sick. So one of the first mods I'm going to be doing to the R34 is replacing the tail lights, because when I purchased the vehicle, the car actually, the lights weren't working at all, and it was a little solenoid that the previous owner replaced. But when I got home, one of these lights, I believe it's this one right here, one of the bulbs was just out, and I kind of just want to modernize it a little bit and have LED tail lights. So that's what I ended up ordering. Go ahead and turn on the lights. Let's see if it's gonna turn on and you can see it in the daytime. Kind of hard to tell, right? But you can kind of see that there's half a circle lit on this side and half of it's off on this side. It has a little keyhole. You just insert the key and twist it. But check out this little keyring that I got for the car. It's not a GTR, but I thought it was pretty cool, and it looks cool with the black and the red. And it's a pretty minty trunk. Pretty much everything's OEM. It still even has a toolkit right there. Just use your fingers and you'll be able to pop them out just like that. And go ahead and do all this side right here, and then we're going to replicate it in the passenger side as well. Just be very careful, because this is pretty much 30-year-old plastic. And we're just gonna go ahead and put it down here. And there's gonna be a few bolts that are gonna hold the tail light, which is one right here. There's three all the way in here. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's two right here on the bottom, one on top. And then there's also another one right here. And I believe there's one more on this side. So go ahead and grab, I believe it's an 8mm, and unbolt it. And it's actually gonna be a 10mm. Clean all this up, because this is about 30 years of grime and a little bit of spider webs. The taillight's two parts: the housing, which is the painted color part on the outside, and then this part on the inside. And it's held by little screws, little Phillips. I believe it's like 13 to 15 of them. So I just go ahead and just pretty much unscrew each single one of them. I would recommend just getting a power tool. It just makes everything so much easier. So this is the old one on the bottom and the new one on top. I don't know why it's very chrome. That throws me off, but it does look a lot more modern, a lot more cooler. We're gonna go ahead and just remove each bulb. So I removed all the screws, and then this little plastic part comes off. This is paint right here. That's not a good sign. That means the car probably has been resprayed in that area, which would have been, I believe it would be like somewhere right here, I think. So not the best sign, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and just put this to the side. I don't know what this is, but this is pretty cool. And then there's two more bolts hidden right behind it. So go ahead and unscrew those. Now that all the screws are out, I'm gonna go ahead and just pop this out. It should just kind of slide out. I just don't really want to put too much pressure, because at the same time I don't want to damage the housing. There's one bolt stuck in the middle, and I was struggling with that one. So now it should come off that easy, and that's how it looks like. It is getting dark on me, guys. I ended up screwing everything back on. This little tab did break on me. I tightened it in just a little bit too much, and then it just snapped. So when you are going to be putting the bolts back on, just make sure you're not over tightening them, because this is cheap plastic on old cheap plastic. So yeah, just don't overpower it, which I feel like I didn't, but whatever. Next up is going to be removing the old bulbs, and the kit actually came with instructions, and it actually came with some amber turn signal bulbs. I ended up ordering these on Amazon, and these are LED bulbs. I'm going to go ahead and use these instead. So once again, good old eBay, they give you the instructions, but the colors are wrong. This one's yellow and black, and all I have is black and green and black and green. So I'm just gonna try them out. This one right here, that's more of a tan color, it's gonna be the turn signal. I feel like the other two small ones, I don't think it really matters how you plug it in. LED ones, regular halogen. All right guys, so it's been like an hour later. This wasn't supposed to take me too long, but the problem I was having was, for some reason, the inner circle for when you hit the brake light wasn't working on that one. And I was like, let me go ahead and try on this one. And then for some reason, the turn signal bulb was super stuck on there, where it basically popped on my fingers, and I had to like scoop it out and just kind of like pry it out. Luckily I was able to pry it out and I was able to install one of the new LED ones in there and everything was fine, but my brake light still wasn't working. So I went back, just kind of troubleshooted it, and it turns out you really have to push it in there for this one right here. I was thinking it wasn't going to work because on the OEM side I believe it's 3 wires, and then on the aftermarket side it's 4 wires, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not compatible. But all I had to do was just push it in a little bit more. You're actually using like on a scale from 1 to 10, you're using a force of like 8 to 9, and I didn't want to do too much force because, once again, 28-year-old vehicle, but you're supposed to use a lot of force, and then it works. Let me go ahead and put the cover on this one, put the bolts on, and then go ahead and do a little shakedown drive to Canes. And before I do that, I got to take this one back out and just double check all the connections, because this one's currently not working with the turn signal. So I was debating between a burrito or some Raising Canes, and unfortunately Raising Canes won, just because there's a Chevron gas station right next door. I want to get a little bit of gas because I realize I am at empty. But one problem, guys, now I understand why those taillights come with the regular turn signal bulb and not like LED one. Hyperflash is real, and typically with hyperflash the lights just start blinking very rapidly. It looks like with this car, the turn signals don't even work at all when you're putting the turn signal. Like, I have it right here. You can hear it hyper flashing, but the lights on the exterior of the vehicle, they're not flashing. They're not hyper flashing either. And that's a bummer because I wanted all of it to be LEDs. Doesn't necessarily have to be LED. It's not the end of the world, but it would be nice. I would just put the ones that came with the kit. Where's the gas tank on this? I want to say the left side, right side, right side, right side. I think it's on the right side. Oh my gosh, put in first gear on. I also installed a dash cam a couple days ago on the car because, not gonna lie guys, I don't need all the creature comforts, but a backup camera is something I've gotten used to. And why is gas $7? What the that is crazy. When is diesel like $8? I ended up installing this dash cam. This is a different company, but I have one that's similar on the BRZ, and I kind of like that I installed this one because it shows both sides. It like swaps, and the fact that it's right hand drive, I kind of like having the backup part on this side versus this side. It's because it's a little bit closer when I'm viewing it. Overall, it's a really good dash cam. All right, I just gotta turn it off, and then I gotta make sure I turn off the headlights. It's a nice Mustang right there. I like the wheels. It's gonna be embarrassing because I got my Crocs on, Spider-Man edition. And if you guys don't know, I got these socks for a penny when I worked at Champs. All right, let's put some gas. One cool thing about this car, it's such a JDM thing. It's like you push down for gas and pull up for the trunk. Something I'm never gonna get tired of. I know there's a lot of hate when it comes to Teslas and stuff like that. Honestly guys, I bought a Tesla for work because I needed to like haul stuff and stuff like that, and I've had it for, I want to say, a year and a half now. I think I'm approaching about a year and a half. Honestly, it's been one of the best decisions ever. Like in the first, I think like month or two, I ended up getting rear-ended by some teenager that was driving without a license or insurance, and that car saved my life. Luckily the damage wasn't too crazy, and I'm like super thankful for that, but he was going pretty quick on the freeway. And it's just right now with the gas prices, everything's so expensive, and honestly I'm out here complaining for like supercharging for like 20 bucks, 20 maybe, yeah, like 20-25 bucks the most. And over here I just spent $75 on 10 gallons. That is insane. It does last me a while. I was trying to record that, but I wasn't able to, but he saw that I was on the right side and he ended up like walking around, which is super cool. Well guys, it's been a month later and the video didn't really end how I wanted it to end. Unfortunately, when I was in the Canes drive-thru, there was an emergency that happened that I need to take care of. I ended up getting a phone call. Unfortunately, my dad was like throwing up blood and I needed to take him to the emergency. It was a really crazy, tiring weekend that happened after that. And fortunately, I had to work and all this stuff, sleepless nights, all the shebang that happens with an emergency. And unfortunately, I was not able to Sorry, I'm driving to work right now. Unfortunately, the video didn't go how I planned it. I wasn't even able to actually eat my food. I ended up just like leaving the food in the R34, grabbing the Tesla, and then, you know, driving to the hospital. And like basically, I think it was already like close to midnight when all this was happening. I had to deal with that personal life event, so I was not able to really complete the video. And honestly, I've just been trying to catch up with work and these videos and all this other stuff. So I really do apologize for not being able to finish this video. Because I already posted it on my Instagram and I feel like this video is so delayed. But I just wanted to close the video off and just say thank you for watching these videos, guys. And hopefully you guys like the taillight. I've gotten some really good feedback on TikTok and Instagram about people loving the taillight, that it kind of gives an R35 look. I actually never thought about that, of it looking like R35 taillight. But I guess because it is a bigger circle and it is LED, I guess it is more modern. And I honestly like that. And thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for watching the channel. As always, guys, good vibes. Peace out. See you guys next time.